that a system built to divide, impoverish, and destroy us cannot stand if we do it. All right? It's kind of basic mathematics.
If you hear me, could you feel me, could you free me? Wonder if I made a difference or made a difference. Bump that, we are the difference. We ain't got no code to decipher. Brother, I would never call you trife. You my brother, though they knife and fork our meals, then cop the silly feels. Yep, it's slimy, kinda grimy, miscalculated the timing. But you can plagiarize something in disguise and think we have no eyes to see something real as we. This is seriously who we be. See, this here is true indeed, the real deal, thoroughbred, like collard greens and cornbread. Can't recite what's never said, purpose keeps us fed. Real man, this is brand A, hope fed. But still, you are my brother, above you there's no other. Blood or something other, more like what the blood covers. Man, no matter what they say, we good over this way. This is positivity in the making, helping brothers to break through. Without breaking, without breaking, without breaking, without breaking.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody?
What's up, people?
It's Thursday, so you know what that means.
It's Brother Empowerment Day.
So if this is your first time watching, Brother Empowerment is one of those shows that is designed to uplift our brothers and their family, hoping that they will have something that they can take away from these discussions that will help them to, just like the song say, to break through without breaking. So this is not one of those bashing shows, but it is an enriching conversation show. So we hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't had a chance, make sure you check us out at loveisapparable.com. Follow us on all social media platforms. We in there. Yeah. Before we get into our guest, bro, first of all, how your muscles doing this week?
Yes.
Can your muscles speak for you and then you speak next?
Oh no, can y'all handle that? No, I'm actually sore because the torture master himself, aka Rep Master Ragan, Devontae Ragan, who y'all see every Monday at 7 a.m. working it out, he decided to put me in the coffin and resurrect me twice this week. So I'm actually kind of sore. So, but
probably that shirt you got on. Oh, sorry.
This is what we doing?
Probably a little bit.
You chose violence on this Thursday?
No, because you would take me out with one muscle.
So as far as my week, man, my week has been actually pretty amazing. Aside from, if you don't count the pollen, this week has been pretty amazing, bro. So my mom was in town this weekend, so I got to hang out with her, of course. Take her to dinner, and I set her up she came here on Friday of last week, so I set her up with a massage and a facial treatment at the spa that I go to.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? She got that done, so I got that done for her. So she liked that, but she was in town. My Uncle Antoine, my Aunt Veronica, shout out to them. They came into town. I got to hang out with them. And also, I went axe throwing. My lady and myself went axe throwing with some other couples. So actually, that was actually dope. It's called the place called the Crazy Axe in Raleigh off of Capitol Boulevard. It was really, really amazing.
I like how you said your lady and your friend. Yeah, I like that. Your lady friend.
No, I said lady and my friend, other couples.
Yeah, my lady and my friend.
I don't want to put all everybody's stuff.
So you trying to say you want to put it out there?
I don't want to put all.
It's already out there. You think I'm not gonna live for this moment? I'm just saying. Should we live for this moment? You know what?
Yeah, let's.
You know what? Don't even ask me about my week.
What? For real?
Because my week is full of excitement. I want to go to our guest first.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yes.
Don't ask me about my week because I'm telling.
Oh, okay. All right. So I guess we'll go to LaTasco.
Hi, everyone. What? Y'all, so silly. My name is LaTasco. I'm a registered vascular technologist. Mm-hmm. I am a trader in the foreign exchange market. And lastly, I have a couple of things in the works. As I mentioned on the last show, that I am building a business where I am a resource. I've come to the point where I have a name, thanks to my really good friend Selena. And the other one I'm just going to keep to myself right now. I need to figure some things out with it, but hopefully that'll be coming really soon.
Really? What I do? You burped. Yes, I'm sorry.
This guy, man.
No, I told you that's a violation.
My bad. Excuse me.
Y'all, he burped and blew again.
My bad.
Maurice, please introduce yourself. Sorry, LaTasco. I'm like, so really, you doing this again?
It ain't gonna happen no more. My bad.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Maurice, man, happy to be back on the broadcast. Feeling a little under the weather from the pollen, but I am here and just grateful. One update from me is I have actually started training my daughters in tennis. So my time has been well occupied in addition to all of the other great things going on. But I'm really enjoying it. My girls are enjoying it. And so we're out there, man. We're looking to compete at some point. They're on week 2. So y'all pray for me because it's a little bit of a journey. You know, they're starting from ground zero, but they're already getting the ball over the net. And just really happy to see them just active. And, you know, we've been kind of confined because of COVID. So it's nice to be outside and just being active and getting the body moving. So that's been my theme, is just keep moving.
Well, awesome. Raising up them little Venus and Serena Williams.
Yeah.
Listen, every time we get on the court and we see another black person, that is the first topic that comes up. Listen, okay, I'm trying to get them to get the ball over the net consistently first. We're going to work on that other part later. Okay. I haven't even let them watch tennis yet because I don't want them to get overwhelmed. I'm just trying to get them to get the ball over the net. So we got a long way to go, but we on our way. We on our way.
Yeah.
That's selfish to be doing that while that pollen out there too. They just inhaling all that.
No, they wanted to go. They wanted to go. They was ready. As soon as they got home, could finish up their homework today. It's like, look, we rolling or what? I'm like, all right, come on. We didn't stay long today because of the pollen, but it gives me hope knowing that they really are enjoying it. So if they enjoying it, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
Well, good.
That's really dope.
Let me know if you need an inhaler or some Zyrtec.
I'm telling you, man. I need all.
I got your back. I'll come throw something at you and I'm running back out.
I might just fall asleep, y'all, while we on the broadcast. I got that Benadryl up in me.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough.
I will totally take a picture. I'm taking a picture.
Don't fall asleep, Maurice. Please don't. It's gonna be one for love is a parable. I'm telling you.
Listen, bro, you would not get me. I will hit this camera before I fall asleep. I sure will. Now I may not get to the microphone. I might be snoring a little bit, but I'm gonna get off this camera though. Now you ain't gonna catch me.
We'll have a podcast gonna record you snoring because this is the whole podcast too. So
and I'm gonna loop it.
That's funny.
Yogii with the 2 eyes. Tell the people who you are, who you be.
I am a mother, daughter, sister, spoken word artist, and happy National Poetry Month. It is time to celebrate poetry. I am super excited to be here for part 2, and I'm just excited. I'm just excited.
We're excited to have you back.
Oh, ask me about my week.
How's your week been, bro?
My week has been amazing. Because, guys, I tell you, I get to share with y'all. It's official.
Okay.
Buddha.
Oh, Cordell. Oh, Cordell.
Keep Buddha.
That's funny. I love
Look
it.
at him.
Ain't that dope?
Yo,
He said, "I finally get to share."
this is why we can't have. This is why we can't have nice things.
Oh, you have a nice thing.
Oh,
Yes, I do.
You have a
So
nice
sweet,
thing.
Cordell. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I have a great thing, but she is extremely dope. She really
Yeah.
Aw.
Okay. So another great thing about that, guys, it only gets better. Look, we done put her to work.
Yes.
She is actually over our junior advocate program now. So she's our junior coordinator. We just also welcomed Dr. Jill Bates to the advisory committee. We're about to do some big things, some great things. So welcome to the family, Rashia, and welcome to work. A little bit of work. We healing forward. Okay, so but my week has been pretty good. Well, I'm still grieving that my auntie passed on the 26th, which is my mom's birthday of March. But like, this is really like was like my favorite auntie. You know how we all got that auntie you can talk to about anything.
Yeah.
And she passed, and we had her memorial, which was interesting. She died on my mom's 70th birthday, so we had to celebrate my mom, but at the same time acknowledge that this happened. And then we ended up having the memorial on my grandmother's birthday, who will be gone for 30 years next year. But then it was my little brother Mike's birthday and my nephew, little Mike, as well. So it was their birthday. So it was a lot of different emotions.
Yeah.
And we had a memorial at the Toast of Augusta, which was this lounge restaurant, because my auntie said, don't be crying over me. I don't want no, y'all get me cremated and y'all have a good time. So we had all of her favorite dishes. We had a memorial. The family just came together, small set of the family because of COVID, but a small set of the family came together. We ate, we laughed, we reflected. We got a little word in, and then we let that go. But it was such a light feeling. But I think I'm feeling it this week.
Yeah.
And then we've been having like some tough conversations. You know, I found that when you start a business, and you guys know this, somebody's gonna always question what you're doing.
Yeah.
But nobody is behind that desk like you, and nobody else is making those changes. And I kid you not, I just received a text message of somebody saying I let them down. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. It seems like every time that you're in a place of you want to do something positive, somebody's gonna try to tear you down, and that just lets you know you're doing the right thing. And Ricky Smiley said something on the podcast that stayed with me. The only people that don't talk to you are people that you've helped. So I'm on a good note.
Yeah.
Because it's like in that circle of life, you realize things are not that important.
Yeah.
And you got to question my integrity. My track record speak for itself. I don't have to defend it. I'm not going to defend it. And I literally said, I can't.
Yeah.
Because I won't. I can't and I won't, because we're moving forward. And there's things we got to do. And I was excited because I was like, 3 of my favorite people are here. My brother just announced. Well, he didn't announce.
He got announced.
But somebody announced. And I took it to the next level because I'm happy for my brother.
Yeah.
Doing great things. And we're about to do some great things. Bro, tell all the people we got on.
Oh, man. Let's see. All right. So first I'll say we got Sean in YouTube land. Let me go ahead and say that because
You always do stuff out of order.
Hey, well,
Mr. Burt, man. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So we got Elijah on. What's up, E, man?
What's up, E?
We got Chanel on. Hey, Chanel.
Hey, Chanel.
So we got Tia on. Hey, boo.
Hey, boo.
We got Ahmed is on. What's up, Ahmed, man? Let's see. We got Stevie is on. What's up, man? We have. Oh, that's Tara. I was like, who?
Tara don't know what she got going on.
Yeah.
Tara, get on the right one so
Hey.
we can see your comment.
Hey, sis.
See your name.
Who else do we have? Oh, she got on her account later on.
Okay.
We got Reese is on. Hey, Reese.
What reset?
She's going down some more.
Okay,
I said Stevie already.
gotta say Stevie. Okay.
Yeah, we got Reese, and then we got Ricky, aka the Beard.
Ricky is on.
Yep. So if I missed you, please put a comment in the comment section so we can shout you out.
Yeah. Oh, guys. And then last week, Reese just released her book. So she's a brand new author as well.
Yep.
So it's a journal book, 90 Days of Loving Me.
Mhm.
And so it's
Wow.
a weight loss journey, and you're doing the same thing, tracking your meals, having time to reflect, getting a little bit of word in. So definitely check that out if you haven't had it. You know what? Everybody connected to us is like winning right now.
Yeah.
It's like a whole circle of winners.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited about that.
Oh, Alex is on. What's up, Alex, man? Michael Jenkins is on.
Hey, what's going on, Michael?
Now, I hope I don't butcher it. Is this Unisha?
It look like Unisha.
Yeah.
That's my sissy.
Okay.
Hey,
Hey,
Unisha.
sis.
I love that name.
What's going on, Alex? Okay. So let's go ahead and get into some of those statistics. We changed them up a little bit since the last time y'all been on here.
Yeah,
but some
I
of them
noticed
are the
that.
same. Researchers have found that 1 in 6 men have experienced sexual abuse or assault, whether in childhood or as adults. 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men have experienced some form of physical violence by an intimate partner. Men top 5 fears: body image, money, height, other men, and being inexperienced. And then my population. 40.5% of men over the age of 20, we all big.
Say your population.
That is my people, large and in charge. We gotta do better. Almost 41% of us is like the size of your muscles, but in fact, in lipids. 3.53 men die 3.53 times more often than women. The peak age group is from 45 to 49. Another thing that you guys must know: the people 50 and above and the people 45 and below are committing suicide at the same rate, though. The CDC found that 1 in 71 men had been raped or suffered an attempt within their lifetime. Women receive 63% longer sentences on average than men. Receive 63% longer sentences on average than women do. And women are twice as likely to avoid incarceration if convicted. Whew. What y'all got to say about that?
Wow.
I'm blown away every time. Every Thursday, those statistics, I'm still blown away every time I hear them.
And that's for the people who answered honestly.
Yeah.
You know, that's probably still some fluctuation in those numbers.
Yeah. My little brother came on, guys.
What's up, Mike?
Hey, Mike, my little brother's on. Alex said he got some good news. Tell us all, man. We all want to celebrate.
For sure, man.
Reese say she winning. She'll really be winning if God sent her some donuts and a husband.
Okay.
I can't. Don't do it, Hope.
She said, "Don't do it, baby Hulk, Jay." So
I
that means leave me alone.
I just want to have Baby Hulk up there. You notice I skipped over it for you to say it. Ricky, send the shirt. Yeah, I think that a lot of people don't understand the pressures that men are under on a day-to-day basis, and then on top of the other things that they have to deal with, because that's only dealing with statistics that are reporting how many men we know that are truly suffering in silence that aren't able to have those conversations.
Yes, that part definitely.
Yeah, she said, wow, what about the people that didn't answer the question?
Yeah.
And Alex having a whole conversation about something he must have got something dope with Hulu. I don't know what it is, but I'm excited.
For sure.
He said big time pressure. So we celebrating in advance because we know my brother about to do it.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
We're excited. So we're going to go ahead and jump into some of the discussions. Y'all ready?
Oh.
Ooh.
Well, I'm gonna let the married folks strike first.
You booed up now.
No,
You booed up.
I'm gonna let the married folks strike on this iron. It's hot. I'm gonna let the married folks weigh in first.
It's just so amazing. And I ain't even married, but it's just so amazing to see him flip the script.
Mm-hmm.
And him to bring his wife into it, bonnet and all, to cover.
She said that's salvation.
She said that's a hat. She said that's a hat. I understand.
Yeah.
It was just a lot. There's a lot to it, and woo, yeah. I just wish that he would stand on his own and not drag her into it, because the only other time you've seen her is in wedding pictures. You hadn't even seen her, and then you want to drag her out with a bonnet looking crazy after you messed up.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that to me now. Don't do it to me now. I mean, if you want to say you're sorry, say you're sorry. But I don't have to be a part of this apology.
Right.
I lived it. I already did that. I don't have to live it for the public. I don't have to do anything for anything outside of this marriage. So I don't know.
I think he made it worse for her, because she got ridiculed on top of dealing with the things she went through in the marriage.
Yep.
You know, the public just screamed her for, you know, the way she looked, her appearance. You know, the bonnet thing was, you know, what I heard the most. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I when it all hit the fan, I was like, I'm not surprised. We knew nothing about her. He kept her hid. And when because I would occasionally watch his videos, because despite what he did, he had some valid points.
Right.
But I'm like, where's your wife?
You always see the car seat.
He always in the car.
Yep.
Always in the car.
Yep.
And I'm like, where's your wife? And, you know, a lot of times, you know, I just feel like he should have had her, you know, her presence, you know, out there.
As soon as he got married, those were beautiful wedding pictures. Beautiful wedding pictures. Like, why would he not have this prize woman on his arm all the time? But we know now why he didn't have this prize woman on his arm all the time, because he had all these other women on his arm all the time. But yeah, as soon as he took them wedding pictures and got married, like, she should have been front and center in everything he did. Don't use me now.
Yeah, I'll talk about him first before I even really address anything about her. I'll say, one, the great thing about the internet and just information in general is that no matter who you are, who you become, there's somebody who knew you back then or who knows you currently. So when he started getting big, I did my own research on him, and I knew back then when he first started getting big that they had been together for years on years, and they had a child, aka he made her a baby mother. And while he was still, you know, saying all this stuff about how you shouldn't be doing that and this and that, I knew back then that he was on this type of time. And also, like LaTasco, you were saying, if you let people tout you as this relationship expert or as this person who knows about interaction between men and women on a romantic level, but yet there's no balance on your platform, there's something wrong with that. We here in Southern Power, we talk all the time about interaction between men and women, but we also bring women onto the show frequently, because that's one of the things we talked about was to promote balance. We are speaking to brothers and all that, but we also want to promote balance because we want to make sure that men and women have fruitful and productive interactions and dope interactions. So we bring women onto the platform. So when there's no women on the platform, and aka you in your car all the time, and your wife isn't present, that's another red flag.
Yeah.
You know, and so, you know, outside, like I said, outside the wedding picture, she was not present. You ain't had her come and pop in and say nothing. You didn't have her give any testimonies about how the advice that you're giving to people has worked for y'all. None of that. And then on top of the fact that when all this happens, she on her own Instagram page, she talks about all the stuff she went through the marriage and also personally before all that. She's been through some things. She's been through sexual assault, all kinds of stuff that she was dealing with on top of the stuff that she went through in the marriage. So like you said, you know, Yogii and LaTasco, to bring her on with that, you know, and just put her in front of people, which, you know, I'm not gonna take, she may have done that on that may have been her own thing, but for, like I said, if you want to apologize in that, she don't necessarily need to be present for that. You know, you didn't have her present any other time.
Yeah.
You know, so my point in saying all this is that, you know, one, there are people that knew about him before, and some people that told folks, and some people were not believed. There are people that said this dude is a charlatan, and people were like, you just hating, you mad because he's saying stuff that, you know, and you're right, like he did have some great points at, you know, at times. I don't take that away from him. But also I want to say too, and this is my last thing, that chill, Jay, man. I want to say too that you have all kinds of these quote unquote like experts or gurus that are selling people common sense. You know, they're, oh, if a dude wastes your time, he's not for you. Duh. Like that literally is something that, you know, I mean, I know common sense isn't necessarily common, but I think that's what a lot of these gurus are doing. They're selling people common sense and making it, you know, seem revolutionary. And he only got away with it, I think, for so long because he is conventionally attractive. If he was fat and if he was 400 pounds and 4 feet tall, he wouldn't be able to do that. Right.
I'm fat, 40, and attractive. What does that mean?
Okay, so
40.5%. You know what? Get a little muscles, and that's what happened. I don't want to talk about it. No, it's too painful. I'm joking. Ricky said, "Why didn't this come up last week?"
I don't know, man.
Reese said, "Hold up, what I missed? Yeah, you got to go back. We did a whole shout out." To I chime in.
Look at Cordell scratching his head.
Ricky said he had a whole bonnet sitting right beside him just in case. And then Reese said that he is a mess. His wife defending the mess because she a Christian. God didn't want that. She just figured out who your boo is. It was his energy towards men for years. He put out this persona like he was above reproach. And the whole time he was out here doing the most. I never trusted his motives. Unisha said, I wonder if she wanted the spotlight since she never had it before.
Interesting, yeah.
Reese talking about love is in the air. Look, having a whole different conversation. Man, the fact that he was recording in front of the side chick number 3 house was bold. You fly flashy, and 40, in fact.
He didn't add that.
That was a pair of
Another
wings.
F. Yeah, another F.
Yeah, she gotta have another F. Okay. Was you through with everything you was gonna say about it?
I'm done, bro.
You sure? Because you said and one more thing twice.
Yeah, the conventional attraction thing was my last.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was your last thing. So it was
Last.
It was pre-1 and then 1.
Yeah, my bad.
Got it. What you got, Maurice? You all right? You got your tea? You good now?
Yeah, man. I can't talk about this tea tonight. Well, I mean, it's such an unfortunate situation. I'll make a couple points about it. One, what I gathered from it was that he built something that became larger than his marriage, and he didn't need his wife to cover him because he found a home out in the world somewhere, right? Through the internet, through the phone, and this stuff is why this is so dangerous too, because we're sometimes building these empires and we're forgetting that you need anchors. You have to have something that grounds you. You have to have something that grounds you. And when you get married, your wife is your covering. See, I know this from personal experience. And sisters, y'all know this. Y'all can see stuff before it even show up. And I think it's a third eye somewhere. It's maybe up in the eyebrows or somewhere. I don't know where it is, but it's a intuition, it's a sixth sense or whatever it is. I remember when I started the business and I was all over the place. And my wife would look at me like, you know, you got help, right? But you're not asking for it. And I'd be like, nah, I'm good. I know what I'm doing. It got to a point where I literally was in the hospital and 2017. And she had to drive to Virginia to sign paperwork, right? Because they had to do a procedure on my chest because I was having all types of problems. And it was in that moment that the Lord said, I sent you help, but you rejected it, right? So for me, when I think about this guy and thinking about, and I don't want to belabor on him too much, but I really want to say that unfortunately it's guys who are talking about this, but are doing the same thing, right? Because I know some guys personally right now who are still playing these same games. And because they don't have a social media platform or they don't have a public following, they think that they won't get caught. And it's a immaturity on so many levels because we have to stop playing with other people's lives. And we get into these pickles, or if you will, like these secret relationships and all of this type of stuff. And it's not until we get caught that we're sorry, but we can put an end to this. We can stop it. And one of the things we talk about in 21st Century Fatherhood is bring no dishonor to your home. Right? That is a personal principle. Bring no dishonor to your home. If you know that you're doing something that can be an embarrassment to your home, you are out of order. You're out of order.
I love that, bro.
I really think that this brother found a circle of people that were promoting what he was doing, and he was just playing a game of seeing how bad a chick can I smash, how secret can I be and still be public, and what's done in the dark is going to come to the light. And unfortunately, he becomes another example of somebody whose character and talents don't match up. And it's sad, but I think that if there's anybody listening tonight who's married, your wife is your secret weapon, dude. Like, chime in with your wife. Like, let your wife cover you because it will keep you in perfect peace. Trust me. It's situations out here in my life that I have completely avoided. One in particular is women, because when you start getting a level of success, women will you look 10% better as your money is your tax bracket increases. Okay. You look a little better when you got a little money. And you need an anchor to keep you from floating through the waves all to and fro. You just all over the place. So let your wife be your anchor. And he just didn't do that. And unfortunately, he becomes an example of what not to do.
Bro, well, Maurice, bro, like I'm telling you, sometime next week, I'm gonna quote you, but don't worry, I'm gonna tag you though. But
man, please do.
I ain't gonna plagiarize. I don't do that. But that saying, don't bring dishonor to your home, bro. That right there is heavy, bro. That's heavy.
Yeah, man.
Maurice, you're getting a lot of praise down here, and
it's warranted, my brother. That's man.
You say you speaking wisdom, bro. Yeah, go on and encourage the brother. They even giving your wife shout out too. Tamara said she read a quote, "I deserve to be treated well the first time."
Yeah.
And he was echoing what you're saying. It's about those morals. And then Ricky said, I just think all the women who left a good man over something Derrick Jackson said. I'm going to add even more to that, though, because we got to talk about it in 360. Even though a person is not a person that we think they are, we still shouldn't put ourselves in a position to hope hurt comes against another person. And so what I'm saying is that equally that we knew that he was a fraud, we also got to think about the embarrassment that we say that he put his wife under. We contributed to that too. And so a lot of people don't understand that. And let me explain. women who are connected to any type of official, any person that has any level of a platform are constantly under heavy scrutiny. Mm-hmm. When I announced the engagement to my wife was disrespected and judged. When I married my wife, there was somebody who literally tried to close the door on her pregnant stomach. Mm. I vowed to my wife that I would never make her feel that she's in competition with anything. Yeah. I vowed to always protect her. So I do agree with that. And I will add to what Maurice was saying. Sometimes disorder is who you allow yourself to be connected to. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
You may not be causing the disruption, but somebody that you connected to, you could be connected to a faulty wire that causes a spark in your family, in any type of relationship, in your business. The list goes on and on. So we got to be careful of how we want truth to be exposed.
Yeah.
And so my heart instantly went out to her because I know what women go through. Mm-hmm. She couldn't afford to have a bad day. Mm-hmm. And then we don't even know if that was of her own volition. Mm-hmm. We just assume that it was him. We just assume that he is holding her in bondage. And I will tell you this, women are very powerful and strong. Mm-hmm. And if for those who claim to be a believer, women do have a gift. He said an enemy is going to be between the woman and Satan. Women can sense Satan well before a man can. That's why a man needs a woman. You can't sense Satan. You can't even defeat Satan because it will happen by her heel.
Yeah.
Your job is to protect that good thing that you have, because a man who findeth a wife findeth a good thing, one, and obtaineth much favor. You need to protect that good thing and that favor as she protects you from Satan. So the problem is we don't teach things well. So men think that they're supposed to be protecting. And so when they hinder women from being the protection, they're not being protected. Yeah. Because you don't understand your role. We talk about gender roles all the time, but you don't understand your role because you don't acknowledge the true role of a woman. Mm-hmm. You won't let her even get her heel bruised by his head, which she's supposed to defeat, because you think you're supposed to do it. The next thing is we don't teach about anointing or communication or expression. Communication is supposed to attract people. Mm-hmm. But because we don't teach people about it and we suppress sexuality, the first time people are shown interest, we think it leads to the bedroom when it should be leading to the hospital. Half of the people we done slept with, that's all of us. Half of the people we slept with, we were supposed to be their doctor. They were our patients and we tried to make them a partner and they shouldn't have been one. And so what has happened is we see what happens all the time. Derek Jackson is no different than the local pastor who has a word, who has a gift. It ain't his fault he got the gift of influence. He got this gift of influence. Mm-hmm. He got this gift to impact change, but nobody showed him how to develop that gift because we don't teach people about potency of gift. That's why you can say something, somebody else can say the same thing, and people are not offended when they say it, but they're offended when you say it because your word is a whole lot stronger. Your joke is conviction, whereas when they say it, people take it lightheartedly. We're not talking about that. We're not showing people who they are and what they have. We don't corral around people with the same energy to esteem them that we use to tear them down. So what I saw was, as much as I knew he was a fraud, I didn't need his exposure to let me know he's a fraud. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My wife didn't need his exposure to know he was a fraud. But what I was disappointed in is the people who say that they esteem women. As soon as a woman wasn't dressed in a certain attire, you talk bad to her. I saw a hypocrite.
Yep.
You say that you're about women's rights, but then a woman don't have a right to wear a bonnet when she want to. A woman don't have a right to not wear makeup and show her bumps on her face. A woman don't have a right to wear the clothes that she want to wear. Y'all hypocrites. So you can't say you're about the advancement of the people as soon as the advancement of people don't look like what you're trying to do.
Yep.
You already knew he was a fraud, so you ain't need nothing for that.
Right. Yeah.
But what you do need to know is that your level of motivation is somewhat of a fraud. You devalue that woman and you contributed to the things she's already experienced. Yes, he did some things, but you did some things too. Your words need to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But we say we're protecting our village and our community.
Yeah.
Your words will come up and you don't know how successful you will be. Because I'm connected to some people that's going to be millionaires. So you don't know what words you did. And the next thing you know, that tweet, that comment, that post is going to come up later on down the line. And you use your words that you could have used for good to tear one of our sisters down. Yeah, I'm done with that.
Well, bro, you got to come back down to the atmosphere first.
But that's part of that protection that he's talking about. You don't want to bring chaos to your home.
Right.
And sometimes that chaos is a seed that you planted and that harvest come later on.
Yep.
You think things are fine and dandy, then years later, the manifestation of a seed of discord that you sown is now coming back on you and it's affecting your whole household.
Yep. Facts, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. And I always say, a person is going to treat you, and this is in a marriage, a person is going to treat you as your spouse treats you.
Mm-hmm.
If your spouse is disrespectful, anybody outside of that is going to feel like they could disrespect you too.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Especially family.
Yeah.
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 No,
So I always, that's just how I've always felt. If your spouse shows respect, they're honest, because as soon as you cross that line, that's dishonesty. As soon as they show that level of disrespect, anybody outside is going to feel they could do the same.
Yeah. No, I will definitely agree with that. One of the things that my brother Jay says all the time is that, his marriage is off limits to everybody. You can't say nothing about my sister Lita to him and vice versa. And saying that's one of the principles that I will take into my marriage when I get married. Like, it's certain, you don't have no jurisdiction there. So like you said, LaTasco, he don't even leave room for anybody to think they can say, do nothing, none of that.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's secret access only, and you don't have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we make the mistake that people can. It's like, yeah, my wife, her name shouldn't come out your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have that right. And I do agree with it. Now, I do agree with protection, but I also agree that sometimes we got to show people how to protect.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, somebody may be disrespecting you, and it may be a form of disrespect, but there is a such thing as borrowed disrespect. Like, let's flip it. Have you ever had somebody tell you that your children were disrespecting you and your children really wasn't?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get that all the time. I have kids that are expressive. I don't care if you are emotional. I don't care. I want you to get out what's going on so we can get to the solution. But nobody has a right to tell a parent that their child is disrespectful. You're not the parent of this child. And they wonder why their children come talk to you and not them. The same thing happens in marriages. A lot of times people contend with the pressures of society of what they're supposed to be. That guess what? It ends up devaluing the word that your spouse may have. Like, the world can tell your wife that she don't look good, but then you tell her and your wife will say, well, you're supposed to say that. You my husband.
Yeah.
That's because society has beat it down. And so that's why we got to counter it. That's why you don't have a right to say anything about my wife. Even when my wife came out with her pictures and everybody was like, you let your wife? I didn't let my wife do nothing. My wife been fine. I knew she was fine. Y'all just ain't know how fine she really was. Right? I can't police your eyes and police what you see.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to esteem my wife because I don't think none of y'all are better than her. And I don't think nobody got a wife finer than mine. I think a lot of people out there are beautiful and gorgeous, but you ain't got my wife. And that's okay.
Yeah.
And my wife can say something that you think is disrespectful to me. It's not your job to defend me. I will defend me. And you can't check my wife.
You going in and out, ain't you, man? Let me get on here.
That's it on that.
My tea.
I mean,
You brought it up.
are you? Hey, bro. Cause
Come on, baby Hulk. You did
You
it.
gonna leave me just?
Hey, can I say this point too?
Yes, sir. Please do, because this. Love you, man.
I really think that you got a lot of guys out here in their wives as a side chick and their mistress as their main.
Mm-hmm.
And for him, he was living with his wife, but his heart and desires was with these mistresses, because there was a statement that he wanted the third lady to keep the baby and you're gonna work it out and all of this other stuff. And all at the same time, he's done this a couple of times before that the wife has known about. But to me, that tells me that, number one, there's no character change, right? You reckless. And two, he didn't see home as ground zero, like headquarters. You know what I'm saying? And I think that this is important too, because I know a lot of times, and I was telling somebody this, I said, you know, when you've grown up in trauma, you've grown up in a lot of dysfunction, you've seen a lot of dysfunction, there is a part of you that kind of holds some of that, right? That there's a part of you that hasn't really been healed from that. And when you start to root out chaos in your life, normal can feel boring. Like normal, like quiet can be too quiet sometimes. Like if you move out of your bad neighborhood and into a better neighborhoods are quiet. Okay, their kids don't be outside just like randomly running up down the street, you know, egging people's house and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like their kids at home studying, you know, they got practice, they doing things. And I think that for me, what I have learned is that no, that's a good thing to be at home. Even when we're not doing something, right? It's a good thing to be at home. It's a good thing to be present. And a lot of us are not getting that. We have to understand that everything you need is at home. We want to go out there and shop the world for all of our validations when it was right there home. And where did this brother end up? He ended right back up trying to prove to people, you know, I'm married, I'm good. And it's like, bro, we see through it. We see through it. And we ain't buying it. Because one thing the black community is not going to do is we ain't going to buy a bunch of BS. All right, we get fooled by some stuff, but when we see it, we like, nah, he something ain't right. And I just think that that's unfortunate because it's happening so often. This brother just was on a public stage. That's all it is. But again, if you really honor your home, you won't embarrass your name. You know what I'm saying? Like you really will not embarrass the foundation of your marriage and your sanctity of your family, because we can get involved in some stuff and people will never know about it, but you know. And that's where you have to say to yourself, nah, you know what? This is not a good look. This is not a good look, and I cannot do this to my family, because if I ever got found out or if I ever got exposed, it doesn't just affect me, it affects every person that I represent. And maybe he just don't know who he represent.
That's here you go.
You know, maybe he don't even know who he represent. He might be representing the mistress, thinking that that's his family, or social media. Maybe the social media is his God. You know what I'm saying? Like, or the money. You know, he wrote a few books and the guy starting to get out there a little bit. Maybe he think that that's who he represent, but he certainly ain't representing his wife if you're doing all of this extra stuff. And like I said, everything we need, fellas, is at home. I'm just talking to the guys. Guys, go home, man. I'm telling you, go home. Find your place in your home and dwell where you have planted your roots. It'll bring you so much peace. It's gonna feel a little quiet and a little boring sometimes, but at the end of the day, your kids will know who you are, and your marriage will be that much better because of it.
I'm so glad you said that, and I have to, because brothers, we need that. because society did prepare women to be wives and prepared men to protect and provide. It didn't prepare us for being a husband. Society told men that you will find someone that will be your best friend and you tell everything to, and that'll be the person that you marry. And that's not necessarily true.
Right.
Society didn't compare us. It prepared us for commitment, but it didn't prepare us for fidelity.
Yeah.
So you do have some people that say, for 20 years, I have provided and protected you. I made sure every bill was paid. I make sure that you always look nice. What was wrong with me having a little side piece? Because it didn't impact home. Because we didn't prepare them how to be a husband. We don't know that husband also means father in a sense of being that silent letter, but always present. We didn't let them know that a husband means gardener and pruner. We didn't let them know that husband actually means shepherder. We didn't let them know that it meant to pasture, and what that really means is to lead and to be that goad in that time, knowing when to pull her close and knowing when to let her go free. We didn't do all of that. So these are things that we learn. And so guess what? When a man falls in a traditional mindset of men, let's talk about this because we don't talk about it enough. Women esteem that too. Women esteem the reckless man.
Yeah.
Women will say if a man is faithful, if a man is all into his wife, he's either too good to be true, something is wrong with him, corny. He might be corny, he might be lame, he might be a little funny. The list goes on and on. We got men full of constipated tears. They can't cry because it's going to compromise their masculinity.
Yeah.
A lot of men are at home bored because they don't even know how to express themselves to their wife.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you, when I started this, because I've been in ministry, so I understood it. But when I started Love is a Parable, because it's a little different, I had already told my wife, she's been through it before, but man, it's so many advances happen. And when those advances become too much, I go to my wife and say, listen, it's too much happening on. And guess what my wife would do? Let's take a selfie, babe. Even though she's plastered on the website, even though I tag her in everything that I'm doing, there are some people who conveniently forget, and my wife has to come back because she don't like the limelight.
Right.
But she knows that she has to come in and say, no, I'm still here.
Right.
But sometimes we bored because we don't even know how to express ourselves. And then it's brothers. We're not connected to brothers that show us to say, man, you're not craving sex, you craving intimacy. You're not craving sex, you craving expression. You're a little frustrated and you need to get that out. We're not doing that part. It's a community responsibility. A marriage is a community responsibility. We always talk about it's two becoming one, but you forget about the other one, the achad, the one, the wholeness. The thing that's on the back of the penny, e pluribus unum, out of many one. There is one singular, there is one when we couple together, and then there is oneness. How can I be connected to you, Maurice, and allow your marriage to fail?
Yeah.
Your divorce is on me too. Your success of your marriage is on me too. Why do we condition people to suffer in silence and say, you know what, that ain't our business? No, you don't got to tell people business. You ain't got to tell what's going on, but you can reach out when you need help and you drowning.
But and here's the flip side. Here's the flip side of that coin is that you're making the community a value point from your end, but on my end personally, I have a commitment to stay married.
Right.
So I have a commitment. So it flips both ways. So
Exactly.
You're saying, hey, bro, listen, you gotta stay married. And then on the flip side, I'm saying to myself, no, I gotta keep my marriage together.
Come on, yes.
It's not just about me. It's about the people that look up to me. It's about my children. It's about my friends who are struggling. And somebody has to say, look, we're gonna fight through this, right? So it's both and. It's not either or. And if we do that, we will see strength in our community. We will see change. I am married. I got married young, and in my family, people don't get married. And as a matter of fact, they're anti-man. Okay, a lot of women in my family are anti-man. All right, they don't really want a man they don't want to put a man in a home the way a wife and a husband should be. Right? They want a sugar daddy. They want a guy to just drop a few dollars off every now and again, but they really running the show. And I wanted to do something different. So I connected with my pastor. I connected with my football coach because I knew that was important. And when I met my wife, her values came from her grandfather and grandmother who are still alive today and were still married. Right? So what we saw was, oh, you can do this. Mm-hmm. The Cosby Show is not just fiction. It is some black folks out here, and I'm just keeping it real, y'all, because I couldn't gravitate to white folks' marriage. I had to see it from where I came from. Mm-hmm. Now we look up, we're getting ready to celebrate year 15, and we're like, oh my God. Yeah, we're getting ready. We're carrying the mantle to our children now. Because I've been a house parent. Me and my wife have worked in ministry in a house pregnant women. And when we interviewed them to come in the home, they told us if their parents was married, they wanted to get married. Mm-hmm. If their parents wasn't, they didn't want nothing to do with marriage. And I said, my goodness, we have an opportunity to really condition our children's mind. I got all girls. So I'm telling them now, like, listen, I want you to get married, baby, okay? I want you to have a family. I want you to live your life, okay? Now, that's not in the cards for you. That's cool. But I want to show you that it's possible. Mm-hmm. And so I got to keep it together. I just text my wife downstairs. I was like, hey, date night tomorrow? I forgot to put it on the calendar. She texts me back 2 seconds later, where we going? And it's like, I'm cool with that. We can like just going to Dairy Queen, but it's us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like that is it's so needed. We can do this. We can be better. We can be better than scandal and salacious internet content that circles YouTube and Facebook. We can be better, man. I'm so tired of us talking about gossip and the slander of other people. I want to celebrate us, man. Like, I'm not even on Facebook right now, y'all. I had to jump off for a minute because I was starting to just I was like, it's too much. I need to take a little 30-day sabbatical. Let me jump off for a minute. But I'm like, we could do better. And I just believe we can. And I just want to say to anybody out there who's getting married, Cordell, when you get married, bro, it's going to be some rough days, but it's worth it, dude. Yeah. It's worth it because you will be a better person. I'm telling you, the Maurice you see today is because I was married. I'd be out there doing all kind of crazy stuff, y'all, because I got a big personality. And God knew he needed to put me with somebody like, nah, bro, chill. You need to go sit down somewhere. Like, you need somebody to tell you to chill. Like, you need somebody to tell you, chill out. Okay, go sit down. Right. You ain't all that. Go sit in the corner and think about your life, okay? And I'll be like, yes, ma'am. Because I understand the structure now. And I
tell you this, what people
actually pushing me forward.
What people don't understand too, when you don't like a person's spouse, you don't like part of that person.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you don't like part of that person. Like, if I say I don't like your wife, that's part of Maurice I don't like. If I say I don't like LaTasco husband, that's part of LaTasco I don't like. Stop saying that you for somebody because you're not. If that's a part of them that you don't want them to like, that's a part of them that you're trying to suppress, because you got to realize part of that person that you're connected to is attracted to that person for a reason. I won't put my mouth on other people's wives, other people's spouses, and none of that. And this is where community come in place, because sometimes we feel defeated. I just told my wife the other day I felt defeated.
Yeah.
Sometimes we feel defeated. And the last thing we need is, I don't know why you married anyway.
Yeah.
Man, you should let it go. What's she doing? No. You should go home to your wife and hold her. Sometimes you don't need to say anything. Go home to your kids and hug them.
Absolutely.
Grab your son and love on him. Kiss him. Let him know that he's valued. Let him know that he's important. We got to start preparing people for marriage.
Man, Saying something now, bro.
And the reason why a lot of these marriages fail because you ain't never been committed to nothing in your life. Not your dreams, not your visions, not your goals, not a job, not school, not anything.
Not yourself.
Not even yourself, because you don't even know yourself. So because you're not committed to anything, it's easy for you to give it up. But I'm going to tell you, when you have a village, you can't give up on your village. You can't give up on your marriage. You can't give up on that. Me and my wife already said divorce is not an option. You can go downstairs. You can even go in the car. You can do whatever you want to do, but you need to come on back home because this is where it is.
Yeah.
And the same thing need to happen for friendships in your villages. Stop getting mad at people and cutting them off.
Right.
Talk to them.
Yep.
If I'm mad at Maurice, he's just a friend I'm mad at.
Yep.
But that ain't gonna mean he's gonna stop being my friend.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell him I'm mad at him. Hey, bro.
Yep, I'm gonna say it.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, I ain't really feeling you right now.
You remember that first time we got into a disagreement, and you was like, "What we supposed to do?"
What we supposed to do?
Yeah, because I was waiting on this dude, and he left, and so I'm sitting here talking to somebody I ain't really want to talk to, and I'm like, "Dude, where you at?" He's talking about, "I thought you left. Why you ain't call me?"
Yeah.
I said, "Man, that done pissed me off. I was sitting there waiting, talking to somebody I ain't want to talk to, and you gone." And so he quiet on the phone, like, "Do we hang up now?" Like, no, we got other business to do. Are you still gonna meet me over here? I ain't mad about that no more. You know what I'm saying? Because people learn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me see. You got some comments.
Man, we got hella comments.
Let me go all the way back up.
All the way.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah, bro. It's like, oh, yeah.
The only side piece I want is Chris for, you know what?
You got another one long.
Ricky said you speak. You're doing a good job, Bishop Webb.
Bishop
back
Webb.
on it. Everything you need is at home. Some people like toxic. I got the "you're boring" a lot because I don't curse, smoke, and drink like that. My form of fun wasn't their level of fun, yet all it was confirming was this isn't the person for me. And that's it. Sometimes we're with the wrong people or married for the wrong reasons because that right person
will be everything.
Will be everything to you. Woo. I'm late. Hey,
Sherry.
Hey, Sherry. Oh, that girl crazy. Okay, you sound like a preacher. Teach tonight.
Hey, Cherise.
Hey, Cherise. He is a preacher. It's all about where we find value in our lives. If we value money, sex, fame more than our family, more than our wives, more than our children, then eventually the moves we make will begin to show that. I would just add to that sometimes it's not that simple. The reason why we crave those things is because of a void, not a value. Constipated tears.
Yeah, that was a good one, bro. That right there was.
Woo. The concept of village is gone. I mean, how you gonna say the concept of village is gone when you speak to about 10 of us every single day? We here, baby. Hypocrisy is a common denominator, saying one thing and championing the opposite. Ooh,
yeah.
That's a good one. Anyone co-signs a damaging thing that is not your counsel, that's not your teammate. I esteem the unit, not the individual.
Word.
The first thing is your covenant with God, that part. God first. This is the worst time to divorce. Dating in these streets is very different. Stay.
I don't know about all that. I found my boo in these streets, and she found me. So
actually, not in the streets.
She came from the street to the door.
No, she walked in your life. Literally.
From the street.
I want to make things right. You ain't gonna mess up what she did. She wasn't in no street. You was an honest woman, Rochelle. You walked in that door.
I mean,
that's what I'm going with.
Okay.
Home sweet home should never be just a slogan. Create and build. Ahmed said this whole convo made me understand better why marriage is important in Islam. We've always been told that marriage is half our faith, and this just gave the exact reason why. Ooh. Let me see. Ricky said, amen. If you don't like my wife, you don't like me. Basically. Peanut gallery is the death of relationships, especially romantic ones. Can I tell you this though? A lot of people don't know that sometimes it's an allergic reaction.
Ooh.
Sometimes it's not even the divorce that's separated. It's just y'all need to separate. Like sometimes a person saying, I need to get away. When you, the more light you become, the more darkness is exposed, but darkness and light can't coexist. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you're having an allergic reaction to what's going on in your life. Mm. If you don't like your spouse, you don't like me. Prepare me, please. Nope, you want donuts. Hey, yes, Jay, divorce shouldn't be an option. Otherwise, you giving yourself an out whenever things get hard. They say childish. Rick say speak. Unless there's abuse, in which case, this is a different situation. Mm-hmm. Jay tried to cut me off. You are cut off. That's the best word I received from a coworker. She shared her story and said, if you ever, at the end of your rope with your husband, want to divorce him without a second thought, just kiss him like you need it to live. Don't even talk. Now that's facts.
That is that.
See, see what happened. We talked about village. You see how he tried to make it seem like she was out in them streets. Oh, yeah. She was an honest woman.
Proverbial streets.
Ain't no proverbial.
We were both single.
I don't think that the village has died. I think it has changed, and from being people that were down the street to people that you choose in that circle, right? Mm-hmm. You know, if you want to be a millionaire, I would imagine that you want to have some friends who are already there, right?
Yeah.
Well, where do millionaires hang out?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's about let me go towards where I want to be.
Right.
Like, let me, if I want a good marriage, I'm going to try to put myself around good marriages. Mm. At least that's what I would think a person would do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what does it look like to be in a healthy marriage? Like, I left a whole state to get around normal. Because if I would have stayed in Detroit, I wouldn't be the person I am today. It would not even happen. So you have to make choices, and sometimes your environment, you know, sometimes it's your we don't choose where we're born, but we certainly have a choice on who we choose to associate with when we become adults. And a lot of us are adults, but we're still hanging with kids.
I mean, living on autopilot.
You know, I mean, you have to make some choices. I mean, I've had to make some choices about family. I love y'all, but I can't hang with y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all know that.
Yeah.
Y'all know. Listen, I was with my cousin at dinner, and homeboy started whipping out gift cards. I know where them gift cards came from. He was scamming.
Yeah.
He was scamming.
You got me right.
I'm like, bro, you know that ain't my life. Come on, man. You know that ain't my life. And so
say Target.
No, there was Visa gift cards, man.
Give me your cousin. Text me your cousin.
I knew something was up when he was like, man, order what you want. It caught me off guard, y'all. I was like, oh shoot. Lord, I hope that the popo don't run up in here and arrest all of us for fraud.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, we can make better choices too. And I think that that's a part of our life that we're missing. Like, I want to be around a Jay Dwayne.
Me too.
That brother gives off greatness.
Yeah.
I look up to a brother like that.
Yeah.
I watch what he's doing with his organization. I'm like, Lord, can I just do a tenth of that? Can I do a little bit of that? And at the same time, I'm supporting. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing both. I'm a support and I'm looking up to you. Because I like to see my brothers win. So I just think that that's one of the things that we're missing is, like, you know, get around some people that challenge you. You know, all your friends shouldn't be, it shouldn't be always a comfortable conversation. So friends should be like, nah, bro. I'm not letting you make that mistake. I'm not letting you just give up on yourself.
No, I'm not.
You got too much to do.
Yeah.
And quality over quantity any day of the week. We ain't got to talk every day. But when we connect, it's power being transferred.
Yeah.
It's like an electrical shock. Like, oh man, I needed that.
Yeah.
I just needed a boost. You know? So we just, man, my heart is full for what we can be, the potential of what we can be. And I know that there's a lot that we deal with, but connect with brothers that you think can help you get to the next level, you know? And let me say this, some people are not going to be receptive. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's in your heart to get to a better place in life, the right person will show up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So my ladies out there who dating, who looking for, listen, don't lower your standards, my love.
Mm-hmm.
Don't lower your standards. Okay? He just ain't been groomed yet.
Mm-hmm.
It take time for the right guy to be groomed. Uncle and them still got to get some of that junk out the system. But he out there, you know? So that's my thoughts on it, man.
Bro, Maurice, man, yo, when you said the new village, not proximity based, but the village what you choose now, it goes hand in hand with what my brother says all the time about friends being the family that you choose. It all goes together. You know what I'm saying? You choose your village. It's not just who's around you, not in a physical sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I really get with that, man. It's another heavy one you drop for real, bro.
Yeah. I know I'm better today because of the people that I choose to associate with. Because let me tell you something. We don't get that time back, y'all.
Yeah. There's
some time waster type friends in all of our lives. You ever be on the phone with somebody be like, oh my gosh, can he hurry up? I don't have nothing else to say. You call me about the same stuff. I'm at a point now, y'all, where I don't even be picking up the phone. Some cats. Like I already know what you're gonna say. And it ain't nothing positive. It ain't nothing uplifting. I can't deal with it today. I'm sorry.
I just tell them too. Well, because you got to free yourself and I got to free you too. Because sometimes people don't know. The thing about marriage a lot of times is that people don't know what they're truly married to. Sometimes you married to your own abuse and punishment. Sometimes you married to that negative thinking. And people always talk about toxic. Most of the time, a toxic thing is really a good thing that went bad. So it's just like fruit. You can eat fruit. And if you eat it while it's ripe and fresh, it's good. But when it becomes too ripe, over time, it begins to spoil. And so that's what happens. Something was good that attracted you to it, but then later, over time, it began to rot because you didn't consume it when it was supposed to be consumed and synthesize it in another matter. So a lot of times it's not toxic. It's like now you got to figure out. That's why I'm so glad we got a friend who's a fermentation specialist because he'll let us know what to do with the rotted fruit. He'll know how to turn it to something else. That's why you have a village, because you said, Ricky, I had all of these apples and I didn't eat them in time. What can I do with them? And he said, well, let me show you the things that we can do through fermentation to save these apples and use it again.
That's good.
But a lot of us don't know what to do because we don't go to the friend who's a fermentation specialist. We then put the stuff in the trash can and you wonder why there's a smell in your house.
That's good.
We got to realize when to be married and when to be single. And I'm talking about single in thought. And the scripture talks about you got to have a singleness of mind. That means to be complete, whole, and without lack. So when you are really having a single mind, you know when to reach out and say, hey, I need help. You know what I'm saying? I need help. Knowing when to go to the pastor, when to go to the hospital, and when to go to the therapist. I need help. Sometimes they can be all three things, and sometimes they're not. And knowing that, and also exercise that, and saying, "Listen, Pastor, I understand. I got the word, but now I need something else too to go with this word."
Yeah.
Come on, guys. So look, we don't went all the way over.
Man.
It's a whole 15 minutes over.
Hey, we apologize.
It's Maurice's fault. He done mounted the pulpit. Yogii with the 2 eyes only said probably 2 words.
Man, I got
2 words with the 2 eyes.
Maurice, take off the hat and pass the collection. That's the collection play for today. I need to just
please do.
Get that money.
Tell the people what your cash app is. They might want to give you something. You better put that in your name. Tell the people the name of the organization and all of that so they can support. Guys, if you're not connected to these people, the reason why we do these shows is not just to educate and make you aware. It's to let you know that your village can grow longer too. Your village can be larger too. One of the things that impressed me, did you know that recent Rashid do donut dates? That's amazing.
I don't think I did. I don't
She
think
said,
I did.
yeah, we do donut dates. That is like amazing that people who didn't even know each other are now forming networks and they're doing productive things together.
Yep.
That's why we're doing all of this. Maurice ain't just my friend. He can be y'all friend too.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yogii is not just my friend. She can be y'all friend too. These are y'all brothers and sisters. So when you say you ain't got nobody, you just met 3 new people in your network that do. It's 5 people up here that love you, promise you like nobody else has ever loved you, who will be there for you like nobody else can be there for you. I promise you, you have no reason, no excuse to stay downtrodden and in that low place when you got people that have literally got their hand up to help you.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna read these comments and let y'all look. 60-second limit.
Hey, y'all not gonna be talking down on my possibility shout out time.
Let me see. Look. We're gonna have to. Let's get this question and add it because Rick asked a good question. He said, so how true is it that you are who you hang around? So we're gonna answer that next week.
Yeah.
Ahmed said that was a hard thing when he first got married to cut off the past life he had in order to progress within his marriage. Being around greatness creates greatness. Come on. Purpose breeds purpose. I ain't gonna cry. I ain't got time for that this week. Friends, family, keep you in line. Shut up, Tara.
Yeah.
They talking about us, y'all. I'm not patiently waiting on my husband. He's not in your whole state. They telling you to move. My wife done came on. Look at her. That thing is gorgeous. Sis.
Hey, Lolita.
Ricky said he spoke in tongue about something. And
we were talking about the fermentation specialist. We was talking about that.
If we overtime, make sure Baby Hulk knows this.
Hey, shut up. Ricky, we was here. We were esteeming you, and you do this. You chose disrespect on this here Thursday. It's messed up.
That's how you got a 60-second limit.
Hey, y'all disrespectful today. This is not what we came out here to do.
It's about we need to brush days. FaceTime with Tam every week to strategize. Look, see, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, Positive Brothers shout out.
LaTasco. Your turn.
Well, you know I have to always give it to you guys first.
Before you start LaTasco, I will tell you this. Good job with being active on social media too. I see you.
What? Huh?
You be more active on social media too. You be commenting and saying stuff.
Well, that's why I'm giving you your props. The vibe, the culture, the influence. It's all of that and some. I can't, thank you guys enough for what you're doing. Sometimes I get out of line and I'll be like, what will love is a parable do? Have to wheel myself back in. So first of all, to you guys, and you always have to give an A to the brothers that's trying. I always talk about that uphill battle, get up every day, brush off the day before and start afresh, start anew, and just keep trying. Eventually, the traumas, the old habits, that it'll all be broken. And and not just, the brothers, the sisters too. We have our traumas that we've went through and still are going through. Just continue to put one foot in front of the other and just keep pushing forward.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yogii with the 2 eyes.
I want to be silly and say a shout out to my albino brothers, but I'm not gonna do that. Kind of did it already.
I'm about to say you kind of did already.
No, but I want to give a shout out to my brothers who are defining and then living their own definition of life. So that means whatever their definition of success is, love is, life, they've defined it for themselves, not by what anybody else said, but by what they feel and what they want, and they're going for it. So shout out to those brothers.
Maurice.
Hey, thank you everybody for participating tonight. What I would like to say is choose to speak life. We have enough things around us that cause us to think negative, but we can choose positivity. And I choose to speak life, even if I'm the only one in the room speaking life. Sometimes it's not going to be popular. Sometimes people may even criticize you. They may try to poke holes in what you say, but eventually they'll come around because life lives and it's moving, it's breathing. And when things are alive, they move. And I just really believe that we were born to create. And the first step of creating is to speak life. Mm-hmm. And our words have power. And we have to choose them wisely. Don't be reckless. Take care of your home. Don't bring no dishonor to your home. Don't embarrass your name.
Yep.
And if you're doing wrong, stop it. Get some help. Connect. And let's be accountable.
Yeah.
Because if we're accountable, a lot of this can get dealt with in private and don't have to be public. So everybody, and I'm certainly here to help. One thing I do want to say is we have a prayer call every Friday that I'm starting, 6 a.m. Jay, I'll get you the information so you can share it out. But it's just a conference call line every Friday. The Lord has placed on my heart just to be in prayer. And I need to go public with that in addition to being private. So I'm holding myself accountable and making sure that I'm contributing in the area of prayer. So every Friday, from 6 to 6:30 a.m. we will be praying, and I believe that men should be praying. So that's an emphasis there. But the ladies, y'all definitely invited. We need y'all too.
We appreciate that. We appreciate that.
But I want the fellas though, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Adrian said your voice maker want to come to the altar, and Ruth said you can come too.
Blessings.
Your turn, bro.
Yo, that was crazy. Well, I'm gonna switch things up this week. I definitely want to shout out all the bros that are on the live. I want to shout out, Maurice. Definitely want to shout you out, man, because I got so many quotables from you, man. It's ridiculous, man. I'm in my head and I'm in my notes, like, man, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna keep that. So definitely want to shout you out, bro. And so the other thing I want to say is I want to shout out to all the brothers that are having a tough conversation with people. And I'm going to say this without going into too much detail. Me and a brother that was on here tonight, Elijah, me and him, we had some, we didn't see eye to eye on a certain thing. And we had a conversation about it. But because of who I was connected to, this brother right here, we were able to come together and have a conversation and squash the stack that we had. And all it took was a conversation. We could have let that fester and it would have soured our whole relationship. But now we back stronger than we were before. And we have a newfound respect for each other. And not only that, I look at my brother Jay, I look up to him anyways, but I can do that. What in the world, man? Yo, people being
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm trying.
But yeah, anyways, but it's things like that that I look to for my brother J2, because I look at that and it's like I can be that to other brothers as well. Because how many brothers are at odds with somebody else, and the only thing that stands between them and the resolution and being better is a conversation. So that's one thing I would say. I would definitely, and I'll also, I gotta shout you out, bro, because of that. Like that was like a 2-part thing, because when I tell you, bro, like you are that light, man. Your light shines bright, man. You're so many things to so many people, including me. And,
no doubt, man. No doubt.
Yeah, so like I can't really put it into words, but you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, bro, I love you, man.
Don't you?
Man, I am so grateful that you came into my life, brother. Like, I really am.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up right there. So yeah. I just want to shout out to those brothers, man, and just say that have good people in your life who want the best for you, and just have conversations, man, because all that static and aggression that you have towards other brothers, it could just be a simple conversation to get to the bottom of it, man. Me and that brother E could have went sour, and we could have never talked to each other again. My brother Jay got him and said, no, I love both of y'all, and this is not the kind of stuff that needs to be going on. And we at now. I just saw the brother last week and it was all love. I saw him before that too, but it was all love, like it never happened. So just have good people in your life, brothers, man. Have conversations. That's all I got, man.
I'm gonna add to that too about Village. And I know you ain't said nothing about this, but one of the things that E said out of that relationship, out of that conversation that stuck with me is he spoke Rashia.
Mm-hmm.
These people ain't talk, and this guy was so spiritually in tune. The very first thing is he described her to a T. So he ain't had no malice. Like people who really care, they don't be wishing evilness on you. Even when they're angry at you, they're hoping for you to win.
Yeah.
And we got to do that, man. We got to get into a place where we're going to sit there and really start speaking life to one another. Because you don't know, 3.53 times men are committing suicide. You don't know, you might be that one person that will speak life. You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like, and I told Ian, I told him, I felt like a hypocrite because I love both of y'all. And even though neither one of them talked about each other, I felt split because I wanted to be around both of them at the same time, and I love them.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what's happening though? People are not used to reconciliation.
Yeah.
We're showing them that reconciliation is achievable. But here's the thing, guys. It's okay to be a revolving door. Just don't be a doormat.
Yep.
Some people may come in your life seasonally, meaning they may only come every spring because they may come to bring life. There are some people who may be with you seasonal through every season, and it may be some people who are really seasonal and only come once in a lifetime. Stop closing the door. Allow yourself to have a revolving door, because sometimes people got to go away to better appreciate you.
Yeah.
Because they got to learn a little bit something about themselves. And you might be closing off something, say you know your worth. Somebody, I know my worth, I'm closing that door. Well, if you knew your worth, you wouldn't close that door. Learn to be a revolving door and just not a doormat, and you'll realize you got to allow people space and time to grow. So my positive shout out is all of you guys. Like, I literally couldn't make it without Cordell, and because I've been struggling even with this. We've been talking about that, and we ended up just having lunch today, and in that lunch was a release for me. And never in my life it's hard for me, literally, to regroup and get used to the amount of love. Maurice, I ain't never received this amount of love. It's a group of fellas, we talk literally every day. Mm-hmm. And we can say when we having, guys putting out, I putting out, having a bad day today. Yep. And the first thing that come out their mouth is, how can we help? Mm-hmm. Never in my life have I received that much love. And then people I want to actually be around all the time. Yeah. It's some amazing people. And you guys are not allowed to be on the show ever again. Because last time y'all made me cry. And look what y'all did to my brother. Y'all disrespectful. Yogii put her glasses on. She put her glasses on to see you cry. And I said that right before the show. Yogii, don't make no people cry today. She ain't said but 8 words the whole time. And she looked you over the glasses. She was like, yeah. Well, guys, it's National Poetry Month. So Yogii, you got to do a poem. You got to go ahead and do us out with a poem.
Well, I'm ready. I have found it. This is vintage ink.
Okay.
It's short. I thought I knew what I wanted, had made room for the possibility, had pushed past my past enough to see future, to stand in today and savor every minute. I thought I knew that the kisses of the past were gone, dried up, left to crackle and blow in the wind. Why not? They no longer serve me. As holding your hands created crevices I had no knowledge of patching, and holes in heart caused attachments to everything about you I thought was loosed. I thought I was over you. Thought wrong.
Guys, make sure you share Love is a Parable. If you need help, you need something, you need a service. Matter of fact, if you just need a village, connect with us. We got a Love is a Parable private group. We got Love is a Parable. We got so many stuff that you can do. If there's anybody on here you want to connect with. If there's somebody that you know that can really, because Maurice dropped some gems tonight that could really utilize this, what was said tonight, share it with them. Also, make sure you find out about Maurice's business, because he got a few great businesses doing a lot of great things, and he might need your business, or will give somebody services as well and connect with them as well. LaTasco is going to be coming out. She better make sure we know everything that's happening when it happened, so we can blow her spot out with her exclusive Love is a Parable shirt on that she made me create myself. Yogii got a whole bunch of books that are out there, guys. Make sure you connect. Her link is in the comment section as well. And guys, if you want to support our mission cause or anything, you can donate at loveisaparable.com. A few things that we're still working on. We're still working on the development of our app. We got learning materials and all of that to show people how to really find the love that is them and see the love in the others. So guys, there's so many ways to be connected. The worst thing that you can do is divorce yourself from your purpose. We talked about marriage. Get married to you. Uncover you. Reaffirm your commitment. Renew your vows to be the best you that you could possibly do. And like we tell people every week, if you feel like you don't have anybody in this world that loves you, that care about you, that is not true, because you just met 5 people who truly do. We'll see you guys next week. Make sure you guys stay on.
No matter what they say, we good over this way. This is positivity in the making, helping others to break through.